What is going on, guys? It is Trey number 3 here, back at it again with another podcast episode where I basically do short interviews with artists and content creators. And today I have a very, very, very special guest in the building. So please welcome yourself.
What's poppin'? What's going on? Elder Boy live here in direct. Trey number 3. My God.
Yo, what's going on? LD boy, how you doing?
Hey, it's another blessed day. Thank you for having me. You know what I mean? Love your platform. I'm trying to get up on here for a minute.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Hey, make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram right now at L_D_boy. You know what I mean? Check out hold on, let me see if I can put this in here. I'm like, yeah.
Who they Googles, you know what I mean? LD Boy, the way you need to, you know what I mean? Sheesh Entertainment, INC standing for Incorporations. You understand me? African American people, Black excellence. You understand me? You got to strive for it, and that's what we try to build. So Sheesh is above everything. You understand?
Hell yeah, bro. You already know, man. Get that motherfucker going. But all right, without further ado, let us get started. All right. So question number 1 is basically, what type of content or media do you create? So like, what kind of art or brand do you like create?
Right. So I do a bunch of different things. I'm a financial advisor, and having the ability to mix myself in the music industry with entrepreneurs who are practicing the entertainment business, but don't necessarily have all the accumulations of certain entrepreneur steps that they can take to advance themselves outside of music. So I've been able to combine, basic knowledge for business and entertainment, and find myself dealing with a bunch of musicians, a bunch of record labels, a bunch of A&Rs, project managers, and this, that, the third. And eventually it developed into, me combining myself with a few other entrepreneurs to start a record label, a recording studio, and clothing line. And we've taken just about every entrepreneur step that you can on a corporate or just a regular business level. So I've been able to create all different kinds of content, man, throughout my time. Interviews, something very similar to what we're doing right now. Music videos. A lot of people might have remembered me from Solid Shot Films. So as far as content that I create, I don't marginalize myself. There's nothing that I know I won't necessarily get involved in when it comes to the entertainment business. You know what I mean?
Okay. Very, very, very good response. I really like how you went into explicit detail about, what you do as a whole, you know what I mean, and whatnot. So question number 2 is, when did you get started doing this sort of content? So like, when did you get started being a financial advisor and you taking those next steps to not only help yourself, but to help the people around you that you want to help?
Right. It really kicked off like I want to say like October 2013. I got released from county jail after facing 31 years. I took it on the chin. I didn't have to tell on nobody. I didn't do nothing weird or anything. Just took everything on the chin. And you sit in a tank, most people will find something, and it's usually me just wanting something different than the normality that was practiced in my community. Is just as far as about ways to stay financially secure. I was always looking for a way to stay financially secure and also do something that I love. So it just led to me trying different things and being good at it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to practice or learn an art, but to actually master it is another thing. So it would be 2013, where it really kicked off, where I was just looking for something. And it's crazy because the universe will always bring you to what you need. So it's like you can be doing one thing and then one thing leads to another and the other thing leads to the other. That's pretty much where it happened for me. So it's like Solid Shot Films will be the beginning of it. Jesse Taylor, Adonis Armstrong, them two guys right there, they pretty much saved my life just by, coming together with me on ideas and stuff like that. And, we had the music company and and then we're shooting the music videos, and then we started doing the interviews. So that kind of led more and more to not only start getting more involved in the entertainment, but just finding that passion, finding what it is that I really want to put my foot on. You understand me? Because you work for so many different companies. It's like, when am I ever going to have a chance to own something? When am I ever going to have a chance to build something, for my legacy? And it's very important, because as African American people, that's one disposition that is pretty much the narrative on that is you go to school, you graduate, you go to college, you buy you a house, you pay your mortgage, you take care of your kids, and you die. And no, at no point in time does it ever tell any African American or women to you need to take and find ways to build generational wealth, to break the gap in which your great was never able to practice these type of entrepreneur things or business aspects, because they did not have the legal accessibility like we have. African American people just start banking. We just start being able to buy real estate, purchase land, be able to get certain restrictions weren't allowed to practice. So it's 2021. The race been started, and it's not gonna stop, because it's a long race. So it's about us, gaining certain knowledge and putting ourselves in position to be able to try things and advance ourselves for the better of our people, but also for the better of ourselves. You understand me?
Yeah, and the next generation too. All right, man. You got some dope answers, bro. You intelligent than a motherfucker. I don't care what nobody say.
I appreciate that. Articulation is one to be held. If you read any books like Sun Tzu, The Art of War, or if you read the Willie Lynch letter, or any doctrine in which it was prescribed to us at a period before what we are living today, some of the contextuals teach us that what has already happened will continue to happen. The thought process, the ideology, and the perception that an individual will carry amongst life, like, it's nature, it's natural. So as far as a nigga being able to see what it is and what it ain't, it'll always be there. And once you put the magic glasses on, you can't take them off. You understand me? So you're as society continues, the consciousness is awakened amongst society. You know what I mean? That's why you can look at certain aspects and say, okay, that's changed, because consciousness is changing. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, man. But look, bro, I love those answers. And question number 3. Question number 3 is where the question number 3 is, what makes you want to get up and do what you do? So basically, like, what makes you want to get up there and make your content, create more media, and get up and do what you love?
I like that question. It's one of the reasons why I want to come up on here, because I watch you chop shit, and most people wait for the opportunity. It's so many people who are in position, who have a platform. I think I got like 9,000 followers. And it's a small base, but these are some real motherfuckers that I know, and they listen to me, they watch on my stories. I be getting thousands of views, all kind of shit. But a nigga have a platform, right? And or the ability to speak, on a high level, and people will listen. And not only will they listen, but they'll go out and practice what they just heard. But a nigga won't say nothing. And that's why I do what I do every day, because man who has the world's goods but doesn't share them with his brothers and sisters, how can a universe love him? So it's important not only for us to gravitate to certain knowledgeable aspects that have been taken away from us, have been put somewhere where you can't achieve it. They say if you want to hide something from black people, put it in the books. Well, that's important. It ain't put it in the books because, you know what I mean, that's the safest place to keep it. But if I don't teach you how to read, then you can never know anything. You understand? So to be able to have a chance. My great grandmother, God bless her, so she just passed away. She was 98 years old. My grandfather passed away the year before. He was 98 as well. They were married for 75 years. And one thing that I have the ability to do that most African American people can't is go back almost 350 years. So they telling me about their moms, they mama's mama, and what the conditions was in society. And so it's overwhelmingly a set for one to create a drive in their body. You understand me? Martin Luther King, gone. Malcolm X, gone. Marcus Garvey, gone. I can continue with some of the most prominent African American scholars and people who just was sacrificed their life for other people's kids and other generations that they never even get to see. So it's important that every
Excuse me.
individual has their circumstance. If you know where you at, then now you know what you're dealing with. Elements are important. One thing I learned while I was achieving my bachelor's degree in psychology is perception. Perception is one of the key things that control society. Your neurological ability sometimes has a natural state to go to a condition, classical condition, run society. Some of the things that we naturally practice and do is beyond our ability. It's been put there through marketing, media, social media, propaganda, however you want to categorize it. So it's a bunch of poison that's going to stop you and stop a bunch of people that you love. But it's like, what are you going to do to challenge the circumstances? Just like the individuals who laid it down for you. That way you can read, write, and arithmetic. You understand me? What do you do? Because my great grandfather never had an education over the third grade. And that'll do something to your whole generation or family. That's why my family is a bunch of prominent scholars, because the trauma of African American history has plagued our family. So what we do, we go out and reverse the cause. Now, since y'all didn't let niggas read, now we got the highest degrees. You understand me? So it's very important to me, and also I just personally believe to the world that we find ourselves. You know what I mean? That you ask questions that dictate every element. You question what you've been learned, and that's some of my reasonings why I go out and get up every day and do this. Say, Lord, say let's do more. You know what I mean? Put on for this sheesh and try to open opportunities and avenues for not only people in my community, but individuals that I've never met before. And I think it's important, because right now what we doing was illegal at one point in time. If two African American people sat down and started sharing knowledge, this could be considered one of the most dangerous things in America. You know what I mean? Just sitting here and being able to have certain conversations that not only were political science or financial opportunities for African American people, but just trying to figure out a way. That was never supposed to be done. So more than anything, just getting up and trying to figure out a way, not only for myself, but for my people. That's enough drive to get a nigga out the...
Hell yeah, bro. Most definitely. But that was a long answer, but you definitely shared some really great game and some great wisdom for real, bro. And then now, question number 4, the $1 billion question. Where do you see yourself within a year from now? Right now, it's currently 2021. Where do you see yourself in 2022?
I'm gonna take your question. I'm gonna give you the real answer, because I don't believe in small practice. If I'm gonna practice, I'm gonna practice at the highest level. So whenever you're doing a business plan or anything as far as diagramming what it is we're gonna do step by step, I be telling niggas all the time, stop having dreams. A nigga go to sleep and he can't do nothing. You're physically asleep. So why is it that you're trying to chase a dream? Because when you get up, you ain't sleepwalking. So a nigga gotta have goals and more or less, I do the 5-year, 10-year, 15, and I plan this all the way down to the T. I got 20 years planned already. So it's like, I see myself in just 1 year being more established. This is our first time going corporation. It's a difference in the tax bracket. So right now I'm focused on, just establishing a real corporation in America, not a business, not a seller's permit, not an LLC, not an LCP, but a corporation. And it truly takes us just about 6 months of financial trackings and reporting to the IRS and DE-29s and 122 common stocks and minutes of liability, little things like that, that's going to be able to put my company in position to the funding opportunity, $500,000 loans and grants and all kind of things to be able to build capital, commercial studios and all kind of stuff like that. So right now, in 1 year, I definitely see ourselves just practicing entrepreneurship at the highest level. It's where we can consider ourselves no longer entrepreneurs. We are a corporation. We're businessmen. We're corporate men. So that's my 1 year goal. That's my 1 year focus. But as far as longevity, I want to be a successful businessman. I want to be able to provide knowledge for my community make sure my children's children are successful and have generational wealth. But yeah, 1 year is looking good.
Great, man. Great ass answer, bruh. I really like it, for real, for real. Well, man, that pretty much wraps up all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything else you would like to say before I wrap this all up?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna just touch up on what I was saying before. Just individuals having the ability to speak and not to. If you look at some of the biggest public figures or people who put on for our community to make it is what we're doing right now, where we can do it. They was willing to sacrifice not only themselves but their livelihood for you and me and any other person who shares similar cultural values, right? And it's just like, we don't have that no more. You feel me? Ain't nobody gonna die for the culture. That's why they gonna keep killing niggas on camera on 3D and then making movies about it. Because until somebody stand up, until somebody speak up, until somebody put something in a nigga ear, that way he can understand. You know what I mean? And the last thing I'm gonna say is, I can never meet an African-American person and never tell him this, because this nigga's dead that's chasing money. Fiat currency. This will change your life. This will change anybody's life who hear this. If you Google or do your research on fiat currency, you know it's a currency that's formed by the government. They force you to use it. It has no intrinsic value, not backed by gold, diamonds, land, airspace, nothing. So which means at the end of the day, in America, we practicing a source of evil. Really, it ain't even financial opportunity or financial management, because we use money and it's not real. So just think about how many people have died or incarcerated for something that doesn't even exist. So gang equity, do research on how to build credit, do research on saving bonds and stocks and different formalities to get up out of this curse. Because otherwise you would look at your dollar and 10 years later, you won't be able to do the same thing. And that's how they controlling the game. And that's it. That's all I got for them. You know what I mean? Peace and love, Elder Boy. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for being a part of the podcast, man. I look forward to seeing seeing what you got coming next, man. You have a great one, and I look forward to talking to you real soon. All right, you take care.
You too, bro. Number 3 for the win. You know what I mean? Sheesh.
You already know, bro. For real. I see you.
Yes.
Like, well, man. Yeah. Well, guys, that wraps up the entire episode, man. The next one coming is gonna be great, bro. So yeah, man. Number 3 up out of here. Wow.